Welcome, Aquarius. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and from the Glyph Oracle, I pulled for you the Not Secure Oracle. The number 20 may be significant to you. This is about what comes to mind is what's on lockdown. What do you have secure? What's nailed down in your life? What is accountable to you, and what are you accountable for? There's something here about promises, intentions, your follow through in order to secure those, your security in general. But I love the idea of lockdown, the things that you can absolutely be assured of, that hold you down, that keep you secure, that keep you anchored. The idea of knots also brings to mind a string of beads, as in a rosary, so that this can represent a contemplation as well, a series of thoughts or a spiral of thoughts in which each knot or each bead is a particular thought, a particular prayer about setting intention, resolving something that you are meditating on, you are churning over, contemplating in a deep way. The overall energy for your reading is simply that. It is thought, it is consideration, it is you looking at experiences, resources that you've accrued from the past, and balancing those as you look to plan or project your actions or your goal forward. This is essentially a card of reflection. The number 2, that corresponds to all the twos, but the High Priestess in particular, about the ability to reflect through time and space, to account for all of your experiences in the past and to project that forward into the future. You're standing at the present moment on the fulcrum of that. Underneath the deck, the High Priestess. This is really underscoring the deeply spiritual nature of your considerations and your meditation, your intentions, and the way that you are following through in the real world. So you're at some kind of a tipping point in terms of establishing or securing or locking down some intention, effort, or activity that is impacting on your resources and the resources of others. This is a general reading, Aquarius. It will not resonate for all of you. If you're interested in a personal reading, information for that is in the description box below. Thank you so much for being here with me. I appreciate your time. And in the present, the Sun card. Wow. If this is what's on lockdown, it feels to me as a validation of your authenticity, your realness. What you see with you, Aquarius, right now is what you get. You have your joy, your gift is in flow and on full display. In that display, you are inviting the spontaneous playfulness of service, of interacting, of enjoying your gift, enjoying the flow of your gifts and your talents. And that is shared. You're modeling that for others. This card doesn't include the impact on others that some cards do, but certainly this is about accepting your uniqueness, accepting yourself and the community you're cultivating as a unique, original, multiple, diverse, and you are integrating that sense of yourself into your gift, your awareness that this gift the experience of creating the service, participating in the abundance of the universe, is a reminder of the sacred task of what you do, because it's fun, because it's enjoyable, because it's bountiful, does not mean it isn't serious or impactful. The sun is, everything relies on the sun. Growth depends on the sun. So this is a beautiful way in which you are showing out, displaying to others how this deeper self-acceptance of who you are contributes to your ability to play, to be joyful, to be loving, and to share that playfully with others. In the past, the Three of Wands is about, it feels as though you've waited a very long time. You may have worked at setting up opportunities or the conditions for you to share this gift and invite the participation or collaboration of others. But you have planned this, you rest upon who you are and your desire to open up your gifts to more people, more communities, more possibilities. You're not discouraged or intimidated by the unfamiliar or the unknown, but you are ready for it. You've planned for it. You've prepared yourself for it. And in many ways, despite your desire in the past to invite the feedback and the feedback, even the input or criticism of others as you've identified particular projects or colleagues, people that you're willing to work with. You have been excited and anticipation for what you are experiencing in the present moment. And this also indicates that this openness, this excitement, this eagerness to work with others to make this a reality is something you bring with you into the present condition. And in the future, the Five of Swords is really dramatically impacting perhaps an experience of repeated self-doubt, a way in which you may have experienced a lot of criticism or unkind words, cruel treatment as a result of your different ideas, as a result of your tendering ideas that seemed out of the box, or probably more possible is threatening to those who didn't understand you, didn't understand why you couldn't just be like everybody else, or why you couldn't dim your light so they could shine. So there's a way here which I do believe that you have chosen your battles, and you have sucked up a lot of the unfair treatment or dismissal in a way to conserve your energies. And you've understood that actually this is not a feature of your experience that you are internalizing. You are identifying instead not your ideas or your presentation, but those who were unable to even hear you out, who were not curious about your ideas, but instead vetoed it on the face of it. And as a result of that, you have learned to seek help elsewhere, but not to never doubt yourself. And this is part of the strength that I see as exhibiting now. This is interesting way that it cycles back to this idea of your security, kind of locking down the sense of joy in who you are, no matter how unusual, out of the box, or unclear it is to others. You are aware that who you are, what you have to offer, even if its intention is to serve others, may not be comprehensible to everyone. Everyone may not be interested in the details of what you know to be true for you, the gifts that you have to offer. In the present, the sun is clarified by the World card. Wow. Yeah, you have really completed and given yourself some beautifully public, on display closure by accepting the rewards of your experiences, receiving the recognition. And this seems to be a part of the cycle you're closing out. The ability to shine, to let yourself shine, may be part of what you're growing into, part of what you're no longer staying behind the throne, or cutting out of the celebration party. You are comfortable with the spotlight at this point, and you're able to communicate yourself very simply, very clearly, and with a lot of joy in what you have been able to achieve and accomplish. You're fully aware that these rewards, this completion, is a preparation for an entirely new phase. But I see you wherever you are with your effort, with your gifts, as being more and more in the public eye and being more and more comfortable with that. Really resonating, I think, in some ways with Pluto's transition into Aquarius, which is in retrograde right now. But I see that, at least in this instance, as kind of a consolidation of your sense of knowing who you are, where you come from, and having earned this ability to talk about or to present or share the ideas you have, the highly innovative ideas you have regarding the well-being of your community, the public, or the planet at large. In the Three of Wands in the past is clarified by the Seven of Water. So it's so interesting that you have really been setting up this opportunity, this place that you're at within yourself, this excitement about sharing opportunities or calling in collaboration and support for your ideas, as you have glimpsed the world through a kind of dreamy array of possibilities. And I am feeling this again in resonance with Pluto's entrance into Aquarius, which was in November of last year. And its current recognition that there are an infinite number of possibilities, but there's really none of the rewards, none of the uh, um, outcomes are what motivate you to do what you do. You're very clear that you are on your path, that you have a specific gift, service, or position that you are evolving into, that you're moving towards, and that is not occluding or masking your path, your journey. But you're very aware that there are many possible rewards that are available to you, but they're not what motivate you at this time. And this is part of you coming out of the dreaminess of the world kind of exploding open at approximately November of last year. So even no matter how dark and overwhelming that could appear, and it also seems to have highlighted the nature of illusions that you are piercing through. In the future, the Five of Swords is clarified by the Fool card. This is powerful. So, yeah, you're not internalizing the actions, the words, or the treatment that you have received from others. Instead, you are feeling liberated from that. You understand that you can stand on the merit of your own ideas and that others are free to agree, disagree, or consider. But you are no longer held back by your anticipating the negative response of others based on, and this isn't just an idle not caring what others think. This perhaps is a result of uh, the kind of treatment you've received as a result of your unique perspective and vision, your ability to easily glimpse alternatives or innovations to something that exists. And this is challenging and threatening to others in the past, particularly as you advance along your course of creating something. You understand that this is part of the landscape of advancement, of victory, of success, is those that have problems with it. And so you are blissfully free of the concerns. You are not giving it any energy or attention to the haters or to those that just don't get it. There is a wealth of community, of others who recognize your bold spirit, your incredible faith in the universe, your trust in yourself and the universe as you move forward to dispensing these gifts of joy by modeling your own pleasure and doing your crafting what you're crafting, doing what you do. I'm going to finish up this reading, Aquarius, with a Soul's Journey Oracle. Interesting. The empathy card came out. I like this because this is putting a somewhat different spin. I do not think of you generally, Aquarius, as someone who is unnecessarily concerned with the thoughts of others. But I do see a kind of humbling as you've tuned into your own path, gotten excited about what it is you're building and crafting and how to open that up to more and more people as a joyful experience of victory. Just the ability to create something in a world that shuns innovation, shuns the alternatives, or anything that doesn't appear to conform with the status quo. You have actually gained empathy for those who are afraid, who don't understand. And so I don't see you thumbing your nose at them. I see you understanding and living your life out large despite that. Understanding that perhaps along the way, others will see and participate in something that you are sharing with open arms. I love this card. I'm open to seeing both sides of a situation. If you've enjoyed this reading, Aquarius, please find more content here. And until next time, namaste.